I'm Court.
I'm Kiah.
And we're the Backroad Cowgirls.
I'm family walking my family life.
I'm Court.
And I'm Kiah.
And we're the Backroad Cowgirls. Where are we going today, Cowgirl?
I'm going to take you to one of my favorite new restaurants in town called Nate's on Marsh. And we're going to visit with the owner, Nate himself. And wait for it, we're going to get a sneak peek behind the kitchen to hang out with the executive chef, Libry.
Oh, I can't wait. Let's go. You had me at kitchen.
I know, I'm hungry.
I have been in food for the past 15, 20 years, it feels like. Initially starting in food and hospitality, originally in San Francisco, and then finding my way through school back at Cal Poly, starting more on the corporate food side. And always kind of found myself wanting to get back more to this kind of end consumer relationship. I'm a connector at heart, and I just love people. Working in the corporate side for 10 years and kind of missing that, this project just like made sense. I think for me, it was always really wanting to expose in a good way all the beautiful trials and tribulations of what it takes from seed, field, literally to the table. The end consumer really does see the final product. For me, it's really important to showcase agriculture in that light. The beautiful, access that we have here, especially in the Central Coast. Growing up in a time where there wasn't actively gay or queer, lesbian CEOs, right? It was just not, the times have changed. For me, fortunately, I had such a strong upbringing. There is scary times, of course, so where you're a little bit uncertain. But for me, it's super empowering because I never thought that I would be the business owner, the CEO, the founder. These were always dreams that you wanted. I mean, Ellen wasn't even really on TV when I first came out. So to have these influences now, I think it's amazing. And for me, it means a lot to be able to have a safe space, an inclusive space that I'm able to just be myself, but also hire a team that feels really safe and protected and welcome.
I was working in LA for almost 2 decades, and I just kind of wanted a change of scenery. I grew up in Germany. My mom was German, my dad was in the service. I actually had no idea that I wanted to cook at all. I kind of fell into cooking. This is super revealing, but I got kicked out of high school for not going, and so I had to go to a continuation school, and they offered cooking as an elective. And so I took it. For me, I just understood cooking. The class was very easy to me. So after that, I tried my luck at cooking professionally. I think I'm the only chef I know that doesn't have cooking tattoos. A lot of my tattoos are just life tattoos, My knuckles. I have German and Indonesian flags on my chest with lettering that says Pride Without Prejudice. So it has a lot of, for me, my tattoos are more about my life, and I literally don't have one cooking tattoo.
We have officially opened in October, and this spot just completely, sang to me when we walked in. This kind of architectural style, this really traditional classic 1908 colonial bungalow is just right up my alley. It had been a restaurant since, 82. So talk about, if these walls could talk, there's a lot of history here. This personality kind of just naturally came out, spaghetti cowboy, like a spaghetti western, but even more cute, right? Spaghetti cowboy. And so I just really played to it. It's like I knew that I really wanted more of a western theme. That's my personality. I grew up riding horses, showing pigs, all the things. So to be able to incorporate that into this, I wasn't sure if it was gonna work, but I think it does.
Something that I really loved when I first moved up here is meeting with the farmers. In LA, it's very impersonal, and pallets of food get dropped off at your back door 30 minutes before you even get there, right? And here, I'm getting texts on my days off from the farmers saying, hey, this is running out, we're moving to this, can I substitute this for this? I have a Christmas card from one of the farm's family sitting up there on the board. It's just that connection that they come once a week, and if something isn't good, they won't give it to me. They'll substitute something else. They come in like milk crates of dirty veggies that we wash and clean up. And then as the seasons progress, when you're moving from, let's say, tomato season into something else, you know, they'll let you know, hey, at the rate that you're ordering tomatoes, you got about 2 weeks of tomatoes left for your menu. And so that's when I start thinking, okay, well, tell me what you have coming in next, then I build a dish for that next vegetable. And I think food, first of all, at its basic is nourishing, right? And so when you feed people, if you're in your restaurant, they're in your home, and you're feeding them and you're nourishing them. But food is also fun and it's creative, right? And so you want to be able to showcase things that maybe people haven't had before. Like, you know, this right here, we make this. These are shiitake mushroom chips that we smoke and dehydrate, and we call it shiitake bacon. It can be educational. I think it's also very vulnerable because you're putting your food out there for people to either love or judge. So being a chef, a lot of it is being vulnerable.
Are we not the cutest bartenders
We really
Nate's
don't,
ever had?
we don't know what we're doing, but hopefully he'll pay us well and we'll get lots of tips for being
You
cute.
just pour it in the glass, I'm pretty sure.
Right?
I mean, I have 3 corporate rules here. One is if we're not having fun, we're doing it wrong. 2 is if it's not messy, it's not good, of course, with food. And then 3, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So you got to like just keep powering through, and eventually you'll find where you're supposed to be. I just know it.